What, does your sister still have the knife?
Yeah.
And what is going on there?
I don't know, I just woke up.
Okay, who am I talking to now?
Her daughter.
Okay, and what's going on there? Who has the knife?
My sister.
Okay, does she still have it?
Mom? Okay. What happened?
Viewer discretion is advised for this educational documentary. When a child is in the foster care system, they too need love just like any other. In fact, they need more love than most. Nobody ends up in that system for good reasons. Those children are tougher than the average in many ways, but in others they are more vulnerable than we can ever imagine. So when someone positions themselves to have power over a child in that situation, nothing good can come of it. This is the twisting and twisted case of Lisa Knoefel. Welcome back to Dark Case Documentaries. I bring you true crime, disturbing stories and other things that you may later regret knowing with regular uploads every week. Please do join the quickly growing, incredibly supportive Dark Case family by hitting subscribe now and turning on notifications. Please uplift each other down in the comments. Everyone is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. Choosing to be kind can save a life in many ways. Thank you so much for choosing to be here with me. Our love and respect goes out to those that knew and loved Lisa and all those caught up in this sad, sad case. Born on May 2nd, 1971 in Reynoldsburg, Lisa Knoefel was a 41-year-old resident of Willoughby Hills, Ohio. She worked as a social worker for the Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services, and she had lived in Lake County for 12 years. She had been married to her second husband, Kevin Knoefel, a truck driver, for 6 years. In 2006, she married Kevin Knoefel and lived with him in Willoughby Hills, Ohio, with her daughter Megan Zanella from her previous marriage. Willoughby Hills is an average city in Ohio situated near to the southern shore of Lake Erie. In 2009, Lisa would give birth to her second daughter, Haley Knoefel, growing the household to 4 people. According to friends and family, she was described as a caring woman who loved to spend time with her children and enjoyed camping. In 2011, the family grew again when Sabrina Zunich was placed into foster care with Lisa and Kevin. Sabrina was 16 at the time and settled in with the family easily, owing largely to the stability the Knoefel family were able to provide. Sabrina Zunich was born on October 27th, 1994 in Cleveland, Ohio to Susan Edwards and Mark Zunich. Unfortunately, Sabrina's parents struggled with illicit substances and alcohol addiction, and were in and out of prison for most of Sabrina's childhood. At age 4, she was diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, and she reportedly struggled with anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. She was raised primarily by her grandmother whilst attending Wycliffe High School, where she frequently engaged in fistfights. At the age of 14, Sabrina was moved into the Emma Cayley Receiving Home in Lake County, Ohio. There she would spend 2 years in and out of foster care until finally placed with the Knoefels in July of 2011. Initially, 16-year-old Sabrina fit in well with the Knoefels, and her grades reportedly improved during the time that she lived with them. However, she soon grew to resent her foster mother as she believed Lisa would give preferential treatment to her biological daughters. During this time, Sabrina grew closer to her foster father, Kevin, and she reported that their relationship evolved into a far more intimate one sometime in March of 2012. According to Sabrina, it began with simple massages, but over the fall and summer of 2012, these acts became more intimate and graphic, allegedly occurring on a very frequent basis. When Sabrina began attending Willoughby South High School, Kevin would drive her to school each morning. It was during this time they would often engage in intimate acts. As Sabrina and Kevin grew closer, the relationship between Lisa and Kevin began to become more tense. They would fight more and more often as the year of 2012 progressed. Friends of Kevin Knoefel stated that at this time he was considering divorcing Lisa. On May the 16th, 2012, Kevin took out a $250,000 life insurance policy on his wife, Lisa. This was one of many such policies that added up to nearly $800,000 in total payout were Lisa to pass away suddenly. Throughout this period of turmoil within the Knoefel family, Kevin allegedly began sending text messages to Sabrina. They indicated that he hated Lisa and they could build a family together once she was gone. Lisa was not blind to the relationship between Kevin and Sabrina, however, and became increasingly suspicious. It was alleged that at one point, Lisa told Sabrina she needed to move out of the Knoefel home by January the 1st, 2013. During this time, it was also alleged that Sabrina began acting out at home and even threatened 13-year-old Megan with a sharp implement. On the morning of November the 15th, 2012, Kevin drove Sabrina to school. After they parked, Kevin began crying, telling Sabrina about a fight he had with Lisa the previous night. According to Sabrina, he told her that he would hurt himself if Lisa didn't pass away soon. Sabrina also stated that she felt afraid for Kevin because she had fallen in love with him. She promised that she would end Lisa's life within 24 hours. In the early hours of November the 16th, Sabrina donned a ski mask and took a large, serrated, sharp implement into her foster mother's bedroom before attacking her. At around 1 a.m, Megan was awoken by the sound of dogs barking and a commotion coming from Lisa's bedroom. She investigated, finding Sabrina in a ski mask attacking her mother with the weapon. Over an unknown period of time, she inflicted as many as 178 injuries, 2 of which were deemed to be fatal. She attempted to fight Sabrina off. Megan reported that at one point she was on top of Sabrina before being shoved aside. It was then that she called the police at approximately 1:15 a.m.
You need to get off the radio, Julius. What's going on? Who has the knife?
My sister.
What? Does your sister still have the knife?
Yeah.
And what is going on there?
I don't know, I just woke up.
Okay, who am I talking to now?
Her daughter.
Okay, and what's going on there? Who has the knife?
My sister.
Okay, does she still have
Hey,
it?
Mom? Okay? What happened? I don't know.
Is someone hurt?
She's still stabbing my mom.
She stabbed your mom?
Yeah.
Is she breathing at all? Does she hear her? Where's your sister at? Why, I got everyone looking for you, honey. Where is your sister?
When police arrived, they found Sabrina covered in Lisa's vital fluids, still holding the sharp object she'd used to end her foster mother's life, now bent from the ferocity of the assault. She was immediately taken into custody, although responding officers stated Sabrina had suffered wounds of her own and appeared to be in shock. During a search of the house, Lisa's 3-year-old daughter Haley was found hiding in the bedroom closet. Kevin was driving a route in Michigan when police called him to inform them that his wife had passed. Kevin asked if his daughters were okay, and he was informed he would be able to pick them up at the local police station in Willoughby Hills. He arrived at 5 a.m. that morning to pick up his daughters. Officers that interviewed or interacted with Kevin in the immediate aftermath of the event described him as relatively calm, and indicated that he seemed to be more curious about the crime than he was distressed. Furthermore, authorities alleged Kevin became angered when he was told he would not be able to see Sabrina while she was in custody.
Yeah, you remember me, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you recall?
Yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Getting done with my homework? Going, I don't know, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bed.
And we're at home?
Mm-hmm.
What, anything unusual happen?
I don't know.
How do you get along with Kevin?
Kevin's a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's more the one that helps me out. because this has Megan to deal with, and so we made agreements a long time ago that if I need anything, that I can go to Kevin.
How about with Lisa? How do you feel with her?
Me and Lisa have never been the best. She's never seemed to like me, and she's been wanting me out of the house.
What's your thoughts on how Lisa is not alive now?
What?
Well, if you had a knife, you stabbed Lisa.
I did.
You did. And Megan called the police.
That can't be true.
Bree, it is. I'm sorry.
Lisa's really dead.
Lisa's dead. Sorry.
I don't think nobody else is hurt.
Nobody else was hurt. Thank goodness.
The forensic pathologist that conducted the autopsy, Dr. Phalo, would later describe some of the wounds as complex, meaning that either the knife or Lisa had twisted after being jabbed. Dr. Phalo also stated that one of Lisa's fingers and one of her thumbs had nearly been completely severed. Multiple defensive injuries were present, indicating Lisa had been awake at the time of the attack and had bravely attempted to fight back. Unfortunately, Sabrina was able to jab Lisa deep enough around her jaw to sever her carotid artery, and likewise deep enough through Lisa's chest to collapse the lung beneath. Dr. Phalo described the cause of death as multiple wounds, at least 178 in total of the head and neck, torso and extremities, with musculoskeletal, vascular and visceral injuries. For the first 6 months of the investigation, authorities believed Sabrina had committed the crime alone, or of her own volition. It wasn't until August 2013, after believing Kevin had abandoned her, that Sabrina reached out to investigators to arrange a plea deal. It was then that she told investigators about her relationship with Kevin and his wishes to end Lisa. Following Lisa's passing, Kevin had claimed nearly $800,000 in life insurance payouts and had begun to spend that money in a number of ways. He paid off his house, purchased a new home in Florida, put down payments on new cars, and purchased flying lessons. Very subtle, Kevin. Just a note from me, these insurance scams just blow my mind. Always so eager to get the money and so brazen with spending it. You just know he was going to buy his own light aircraft in the very near future. According to investigators, Kevin had contacted Lisa's place of work immediately following her death, inquiring about what kind of paperwork he would need to fill out in order to claim her life insurance. In October 2012, Sabrina had reached out to a friend, Autumn Pavlik, asking if she knew anyone who could end her foster mother's life for her. Autumn testified that Sabrina had told her Kevin and Lisa were planning on divorcing, but said that Lisa was worth more dead than alive. Investigators also found that Kevin had contacted Sabrina's social worker, asking if he would retain custody of Sabrina should he choose to divorce Lisa. Further investigation revealed Kevin's deeper connection to the crime. Allegedly, Kevin wished for Lisa to be ended as he feared he would lose custody of his 3-year-old daughter if he were to divorce Lisa. Sabrina alleged that, as part of his manipulation, Kevin told her they would raise his daughter together once Lisa was ended. Sabrina admitted that Kevin had coached her in how to commit the crime, stating that Kevin had instructed her to twist a knife to make the scene appear like a burglary gone wrong. She also stated that Kevin had advised her to plead insanity or self-defense should she be caught. Whilst no physical correspondence was uncovered to support this, investigators were able to pull phone records between Kevin and Sabrina's phones. They found nearly 1,500 calls or texts had been exchanged between the 1st and 15th of November 2012, with 78 of those occurring between 7:12 p.m. November the 15th and 12:48 a.m. November the 16th, just half an hour before Megan would call 911.
How you going? Ron Palmer.
And then you told me you wanted to talk about his wife's work.
Correct.
That's the subject matter?
Yes.
So,
Kevin, do you know anything that was happening at the house the night before you left for work that night?
well, hang on a second. We just talking about his wife's work. What's going on at the house the night before is not his wife's work.
Okay. Where does your wife work at?
County Children's Institute.
Were you and Lisa in the process of going through a divorce?
Okay, now we're getting outside the scope.
Kevin was the first to go on trial, convicted of 6 counts of battery. This was for his relationship with Sabrina, 3 counts of complicity to commit an aggravated murder, and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit aggravated murder. Sabrina was asked to testify during his trial and brought forward her allegations surrounding their relationship, Kevin's grooming of Sabrina, and his planning and coaching of the crime. Kevin's defense attorneys claimed that, since there was no physical evidence directly corroborating Sabrina's testimony, he should be declared not guilty. The defense further went on to claim that Sabrina's testimony could not be trusted because she cooperated with the investigators only to lower her own sentence. Despite this, a jury found Kevin guilty of all 11 counts after only 9 hours of deliberation. He was sentenced to life in prison on August 6, 2014, eligible for parole after 30 years. The 6 battery charges for his relationship with Sabrina added 12 years to his life sentence. After Kevin's trial, Sabrina was then convicted of aggravated murder. She pled guilty to all charges and was sentenced to life in prison on September 29, 2014, eligible for parole after 30 years. During the trial, Sabrina expressed a great deal of remorse, appealing to the judge and jury for forgiveness. "I want to say how sorry I am for all those I hurt. Lisa did not deserve what happened to her. I ask forgiveness to be given to me, not for my benefit, but for those who need the healing process to begin. I can't explain how much remorse I have and how much sadness I deal with." The judge agreed that Sabrina had been manipulated and used by Kevin, but stated her crime was far beyond a simple case of manipulation, and that she had only been granted parole because of her cooperation with investigators in August the previous year. Sabrina is now 27 as of February 2023 and is still serving her sentence in a Dayton Correctional Institution. She will be eligible for parole in 2042 when she will be 47 years old. Kevin is 52 as of February 2023 and is serving his sentence at the Lake Erie Correctional Institution. He will be eligible for parole in 2055 when he will be 86 years old. Lisa Knoefel was buried on November 20th, 2012 at the Davis Babcock Funeral Home in Willoughby. Her service was attended by friends and family. The family encouraged contributions to the Royal Family Kids Camp in lieu of bringing flowers to her service. Do you think the punishment fits the crime here? What are your thoughts on this complex crime? Let me know down in the comments. Please do hit like if you appreciate what I'm doing here. Thank you to everyone in the Dark Case crew. You too can become a channel member for just 99p. A huge thank you to my patrons. Your support makes a massive difference. You too can support my work and be thanked in every video for just $5 per month. The link is below. So thank you to Rachel David, Kathy Green, David James, Addy Alexander, Karen Jones, El Palmieri, James Harrington, Shane Woodward, Faster River, Stacey Krogerus, Summit Chambers, Mona Corona, Cepheid Variable, Anthony Watson, Jason Coward, and Jeremy Sebranek. Be careful out there, and I'll see you soon.